Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Kirsten here, and this is Balanced Vibes Podcast, of course. Today we're going to continue talking about low-calorie eating for too long, what can happen. If you have been listening to me for some time, you know that I talk about it a lot because I see a lot of clients with this exact issue. But what's going to be the best part of today's podcast really is that I'm also going to share with you some photos and some really amazing stories from women who have taken that scary leap and started speeding up their metabolism, which, yes, does mean eating a little bit more calories, but it also means gaining strength. It also means often changing body composition to a more muscle and less body fat. And I'm going to share some photos with you so you can really see what is available for you and possible for you too. Of course, this episode is a lot better if you watch it on YouTube and not only listen to it on your podcast app, because if you're only listening, then you're not going to see the photos. However, you will still hear about these stories, about the success that has been available for them and is available for you too if you only trust the process. So just to give you a little bit of a background, I often talk about low-calorie eating, and this is the reason why people stop losing body fat. This is why they stop getting any results. And all that happens if you just keep cutting your calories lower and lower and lower and lower is that your metabolism adapts to it and it doesn't want to burn anything. It just wants to conserve energy, and that's why you're not seeing any better results. You're not seeing fat loss results, and in fact, you may be starting to gain body fat. You are probably not going to get any stronger. You are not putting on muscle because in order to put on muscle, you need fuel, you need calories, you need food. And if you're not giving this to your body, then you are in trouble because now you're not getting the results that you want to get. And I also wanted to describe a typical person who gets into this situation. So of course, this is a little bit of a generalization, but this is what I see very often. It's a woman who is stressed out, has often either high demanding job or maybe has several kids and is really, really busy with many things, but it's also pushing herself really, really hard with her workouts. And she's typically doing maybe like 4, 5, 6 workouts a week. Some of them are really high intensity too, or maybe all of them are high intensity. Maybe they do a lot of cardio. Maybe they do things like fasting. Maybe they cut out all their carbs or significantly lower their carbs, or they track their calories and they don't eat more than maybe 1,200, 1,400. And by the way, even 1,600 can be very, very low for somebody. I know for me personally, that would be extremely low, and I could absolutely not function on that low number of calories. So this is kind of like the profile of that person who tends to get into this situation where the body becomes not responsive anymore. So no matter what she tries, no matter how hard the workouts are, no matter how low she cuts her calories, nothing is happening. But there is a way out of it, and this is the kind of the scary one. But I guarantee you, if you do it right, it's so much worth it. It's so much worth it, because right now you're not only dealing with metabolic adaptation, you're not only dealing with fat loss resistance, you're likely also dealing with low energy, fatigue, general weakness, low mood, low motivation, low libido, maybe cycle issues. You're maybe cold all the time. There are so many things that are not balanced in your body right now, and we have to fix that. And the cool thing is that when we start fixing that, then also you start getting the physique results that you are looking for. So your goal right now should be, instead of burning calories, doing more burpees, doing more running, doing all these mountain climbers, instead of that, and also instead of like cutting the calories low, your goal would be to build your metabolism up. And that means introducing strength training or better strength training if you're already doing some strength training. Because what I see often is that what women call strength training is doing burpees between the sets of heavy deadlifts. And this is not what we want to do when our goal is to speed the metabolism up. And of course, we also have to start adding calories. And this is the scary part, but I guarantee you, if you do it the right way, if you do it gradually, if you take it step by step, you will get amazing results. You won't put on significant amount of body fat, or if at all. And I'm actually going to show you some really cool examples from women who have done this exact process that I'm talking about right now and who have been getting amazing results. So let's then move on, and I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see some of the really great results that women have been able to get with this exact approach. So here is my first client. So I remember when she first came to me, she was doing 3 to 4 day fasts. She wasn't eating anything, and then she didn't get the results that she wanted. She didn't even have water for a while. and her calories were really low. So by the time she contacted me, she had already increased her calories. So she was eating 1850. And like I mentioned earlier, 1850 for you may right now sound like a lot of calories, but for her, it was not, because first of all, she has relatively high muscle mass. She was extremely active, also has a very active job. So her calorie needs were way, way, way higher than that. So you can see when she first started, she was eating 1850, and let me remind you once again that before that, she had been eating way less than that. So here she was eating 1850, and she was like, why is nothing happening? I'm training hard. I'm getting no results. I took her through this process that I'm talking to you about all the time, which is gradual increase of calories in a controlled manner, little by little every day, not every day, every week, and adding more strength training. So with her, we cut out all the cardio training, all the intense stuff that she used to do. And we just started building muscle and kind of bringing her metabolism back to life. And you can see the picture on the right. And now she's eating 2,600 calories. Yes, this is true. And you can do your calculation. You see that she increased her metabolic rate by 750 calories. And remember, these 750 calories did not come from new added cardio. Absolutely not. Like I said, we cut out all the cardio, we focused on muscle building, and little by little her body composition started to change, and she's eating 750 calories more on the right photo than she did on the left, and you can see the physique change, right? You can see the physique change. She also lost quite a few kilograms, but I can't tell you off the top of my head. Honestly, the kilograms or the scale weight is not even that important. If you look at the body composition change, this is a lot more important than the weight is. But I do believe that her weight went down from 84 kilograms to 76 eventually by eating more calories. Can you see how crazy it is? And this is something that so many women are afraid of. Okay, let's talk about this next lady. So she had been eating on her own 1,200 calories. Literally the typical textbook example, the typical textbook reason why the metabolism slows down to the point where it does not want to burn anything. And you can see on the left picture that she had quite a bit of body fat that she wanted to then reduce. And she had been listening to this podcast and other resources and realized that, okay, I really have to eat more than 1,200 calories. So on her own, she had increased her calories to 1,500. So what we did from that point on was that we started increasing the calories in a more slow manner, right? Not like a ton at once, but little by little. And that can look like 50 to 100 calories per week. And so we built her metabolism up from 1,500 to 1,950, which is 450 calories more than what she used to do before, and which is then 750 calories more than what she did previously. Because like I said, before she came to me, she was eating 1,200 calories a day. So now she's eating 1,950 calories. And you can see how big the difference is. The other thing that we changed was her strength training. So she had already done a little bit on her own, but the training was still kind of like cardio with weights, right? So a little bit better than nothing. She was new to exercise when she started that, but then we cut that out and we focused purely on strength training. You guys, I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to focus only on strength training, getting strong, building muscle. It doesn't matter how many burpees you do. It doesn't matter how many mountain climbers you do or how many miles you run. It really isn't important at that point. What's important in the process of metabolic reset and building your metabolism back up again is to build muscle. That will also burn the energy. You don't have to do the calorie burning via running. So this lady has significantly increased her metabolic rate, and you can see that she looks a lot different. She looks very, very different. And of course, she's really happy with her results. And I'm going to share with you one more example. So this woman also has increased her metabolic rate here by 600 calories, but truthfully, it's actually even more because when we first started, she already had built up a little bit on her own. So I have a lot of listeners who have been listening to me and know, okay, I know I should be eating more. So they kind of take careful steps towards like eating a little bit higher calories, but when they come to me, they're still kind of low. By the time we started working together, she was at 1,700 calories, which was still low for her. It was low for her. And she was not feeling that great. She still had some issues with her cycle, all that kind of stuff. And so we started increasing the calories because she wanted to lose body fat, but I told her that you are not ready. You're not ready if you're only eating 1,700 calories right now. So what we had to do was, again, build her metabolism up. We started adding the calories, the same thing, the exact same process that I take my ladies through, those who are struggling with metabolic slowdown. And we got her to 2,300 calories. And so now she has been there for 4 months. And now if she wants to do fat loss, then she can do it. And this is what we have been working on. So your body has to be ready for you to do a calorie deficit. If it's not ready, then you're not going to get results. So if she had tried to cut calories from that 1,700, she doesn't have much where to go. Where are you going to cut from there? You can cut to like 1,500, 1,400, 1,300, extremely unhealthy, and she's not going to get results. So it's a lot better idea to increase the calories to 2,300, even more, I would say as much as possible, and then cut from there. And as you can see, she looks leaner at 2,300 than she did at 1,700 calories, because also the body lets go body fat easier if it doesn't feel that it's constantly under stress. And what is stress? What causes stress? Well, chronic undereating is one of the big things. Chronic overtraining is the other thing. There are, of course, so many other reasons. Let's say lack of sleep and just like life stress, and also the mindset side of it, which I'm not going to get too much into in this episode, but there are ways how we can generate stress response even with our thoughts. So this is a big issue for those who tend to kind of have a lot of negative self-talk, who are often very anxious and nervous and think that the world's going to end any minute. So these people are more prone to stress, and they will have harder time getting fat loss results. But the number one stressor that was common to all of these people that I just showed you is that they all ate way too low calories, and this is why the body was holding on to body fat, holding on to that adipose tissue that they wanted to have less of. And like I said, all of them have been able to very successfully increase the metabolic rate without doing extra cardio. Okay, so this first lady, again, 750 calories higher, second one 450, third one 600 calories more, and they are feeling so much better. And this is what you cannot see from these photos. Yeah, you can see that they look better, they are leaner, they look stronger, they have better muscle definition. However, what you don't see is that also hormonal balance is better. They are sleeping better. They're feeling more rested. Their mood is a lot better. And the energy is a lot higher, because nobody likes to be starving. Okay, nobody likes to be starving. They're not starving anymore, and their hormones are regulating, and they feel so much better. I hope you enjoyed this episode today, and I hope you really understand how important it is to bring your calories up and start your fat loss from a healthy place. And if you don't start your fat loss from a healthy place, then you're not just simply not going to get the results that you want, and you're just wasting your time going through the same cycle over and over and over and over again. I wanted to remind you that my program Metabolic Reset is available until Sunday, February 27th. And this is the program that I created exactly for women like this that I just showed you. I created this last summer because I saw how big demand there was out there for something like this. But I also saw that not everybody's ready for one-on-one coaching. So I created this self-paced program that they can go through on their own, at their own pace. And this program has literally everything you need to know about macro tracking, how to adjust your macros, how to know what your starting point should be, how you should be increase your macros, and all that good stuff. So this program is available for $97 only until Sunday, and then it will go away and come back. It will come back later, but at a lot higher price point. So I really recommend that if you have been stuck, gosh, I just want this for you, because I know how helpful this is going to be, and I want you to be able to end that struggle, because you deserve a lot better than that. I'm getting really passionate here because I really am passionate about it. I've seen so many women who are severely undereating, and I was one of them for so many years, and I know how miserable it is, and I know that you can look, feel, and perform so much better than that. So if you are interested in this Metabolic Reset program, this is going to be awesome. It's going to be really helpful for you. The link to it is everywhere. It is in my YouTube description. It's also on my Instagram. And if you are on my email newsletter list, then you, of course, get the information there as well. If you have any questions about this program, or if you have any questions about reverse dieting, metabolic adaptation, metabolic slowdown, any of it, please feel free to contact me in the same places that I just mentioned: YouTube, Instagram, email, whatever is the best option for you. All right, this is all I got for you today. Thank you so much. The next video, I'm going to teach you exactly how you know that you might be dealing with metabolic adaptation. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in a little bit.